So this is going to be a quick example of Spotify weird passing thing. Give me a quick and like kind of dissection. This is a attempt of us doing what call it strength of the ward successfully with no tank invuln and wasted on the tower, and it's also going to show, as you can see, on this particular example, purple is safe. So it's going to show you if you're struggling with quakes, an example of how I've been dealing with fast quake, because this is right next to where we stack up usually. And start. So see here, line up as usual. The spreads go off. So and then the way that I handle it, and you see all of us kind of do it the same way. We head to the back right around here. And we wait out the second hit. And I call that the second hit because that's the way that I track when Thornton is going to be doing his cleave. So rewind it a little bit. So this hit that he's telegraphing under him right now, himself right now, is the what? This first AoE that he does, the initial telegraph that he shows to show where it's starting. I call this the first hit. He will do this hit, and then it will obviously, as you guys know, it will expand out. And then we'll do a third. This is obviously very exaggerated. And then we'll do a fourth. It's going to probably be like actually out here somewhere a bit past the arena. When he does this fourth hit, whenever it ticks the 1, 2, 3, 4, this wave right here, it matches up with when he does his cleave. My cursor go. He does his stick the sword in the ground, baited cleave. Go ahead and get rid of this. Again, we line up. Here goes the knockback, move back. Do not try and like jump into the first one. Second one, as you can see, like it's pretty sizable. It takes up pretty much the half of the safe space that we just baited the spreads in. There's the third tick. We move in past the second one. If it's fast quake and it's like right in your face, then I think this is the optimal movement. You don't wait for the second one. You don't wait for the third one because you have like a really tiny amount of space. You move in after you see the second wave pass up. Second, third, and then there's fourth. And as you see, he sticks his sword in the ground. So this is what the tell is. I'm sure that you guys are like already starting to realize from our attempts. This is the whenever he sticks his sword in the ground right here. This is the tell for when he does his snapshot for the cleave. So at this point we can start moving clockwise. Clockwise around him, and it should resolve safely. I know I said earlier in raid it was the yellow flash, but that's actually not true, I don't think. Yep, so you see that, and then there's the hit. So people that are having issues with finding where Thornton spawns, this is the way that I've been looking at it. So the tank tether is proximity based. It does more damage the closer you are, so that's why I've been kitchen sinking and I've been crisscrossing the tether. Because the farther you drag it, the more damage reduction that you get off of it. So with that in mind, on the way that they have to set up this mechanic, Square Enix, I basically look at it and I divided the room like in equal halves. So you have it already spoils where Thornton spawns. But you have the two knights right here. And damn it, why does it keep doing this? Gonna do it again? Okay. Good. So if you draw a line across through the center of the room, you see how the two knights with the tether are skewed to the southern side. In order for the proximity tether to work properly without forcing an invuln out of the players, they have to be Thornton has to be directly on the opposite. They have to give you the opportunity to make this max distance up to him. So wherever they spawn, if you think about it in halves of the room, he's going to always be on the other half to give the tanks the ability to deal with this mechanic properly. This. The there's the tether. We take the tether, crisscross them. So this is I don't know if you guys had already done it. Let me go back and do this in slow motion. 3 non-flare marked people should be up under Thornton, and they should already be pre-positioning and indicating which tower they're going to take. So again, nicer on this half of the room, so you know Thornton has to be on the opposite half. And I'm looking to see if you guys like split up ever. Can't really see it because I gotta deal with the tether. Okay, so you guys do. So this is what we're talking about. If you're not aware of what we mean whenever we talk about repositioning and stuff, you see how these 3 are set right here, and the other one's right behind. Paint's biting me. Give me a sec. The other one is right here, so this person is going to be taking this tower. One's pre-positioning himself, so he's taking this one. So these guys, this is actually a really good example, I guess. So do it while the tanks are dragging the tethers, because you don't have much going on right now. Thornton is untargetable, so it's a pretty good opportunity to pre-position here, or you could pre-position while the stack is going off. I think should be fine as long as you guys are pretty much hugging the marker. I don't think you guys need to be like straight on top of each other. This. So crisscross. I'm living dead here, but toward the back half of the night I started kitchen sinking this so that I can use my invuln on Soul Tether in phase 3. So down for the count, the 5 stat goes out. And the 3 go based off where they position. Looked like a little bit of confusion. If I remember correctly, the healer in this case indicated they were taking that tower, but I think we still make it, luckily. So I think that if we start pre-positioning while the tanks are dragging the tether, and then you collapse if you want, then you can probably handle it that way. If you want to handle it like P12S, where you jump whenever you have a certain lineup and indicate that that's where you're going to go, then that works too. That was a successful Strength of the Ward. Let me put this back on regular playthrough, and let me start looking through for some other attempts that we can break down and analyze. Let's look and see what happens here. Kind of like, I could have probably prepared this a little bit better, but I think that it will work. So here we have Fast Quake again. Take the spread, then move back, wait for the second, move in. Like I said, there's the third, fourth, he does his cleave. So you need to have made your move by the time that that 4th ring goes out. So the flares go out, they pre-position, go out to their spots. Take the tethers, tanks take the tethers. So death walled herself. There's not really... This one is unfortunate because she death walled herself, so we can't really learn much of anything. And fight. Sorry, this is very dry, but I just wanted to like sit here and break down some of this stuff, and I think it's going to do better than just me like putting clips and hoping you guys watch it without any like kind of commentary or what we're looking at. So strength. So this, how far does this one go? This one, not Fast Quake. Wow. See which one A, don't spawn it. It looks like it's red. So A and 1. You have a little bit of space here you can see with the Quake, so you don't have to like move back, but I still do it. This is like, it just gives me more room, it's safe. So here's the 3rd tick. We move in at that point. 4th tick, and he does a snapshot right there. So you see again how I was talking about earlier if you're trying to find Thornton. The I have my OBS to where I can see this. So You see again, divide the room in half. These two are skewed to this side of the room. So you know that Thornton has to be opposite in order for the tanks to be able to properly resolve it. The spot for Thornton is directly opposite. If it was anywhere else, then the tanks wouldn't be able to do it. The proximity to each other would just end up wiping him or forcing an invuln. Going. Crisscross. Go back and rewind it. We'll do this slowly and see if they do the pre-position again. So to 3 while this develops. I can probably do this a little bit faster. Bump it up to 0.5. So, others go out, they pre-position, Lena goes way over here, that's actually pretty good. Like I said, you should try and pre-position while the tanks are dragging the tethers. So in this scenario, Lena would be to the right. I don't think I saw anything weird, so it should be... Rewind it again. Lena makes pretty clear his intention to go to that right side. Freeze pull Shikuchi from Kai. So, yep. Yeah, Elena position himself to the right, Mariko go into the leftmost tower, and Toaster, he sets himself up in the center. Good, and then you can collapse and get ready to share the stack. Or you can also like collapse but also stay in your tower and indicate that way too. Like I don't think that you guys have to be that tight in positioning, but again, I could be wrong. The 5 stack goes out. Not sure what kills. Let's see if we can break this down. Look at it again. So we crisscross. You guys jump and indicate which tower you're taking. Can't tell. Either kills the other tank tether, and it kills Mariko. So either this is somebody late to the 5 stack and damage being high, or maybe one of the tethers was too close. I'm not sure. Actually kind of hard to look at from my POV. Let's keep on looking, see what else we got. I'll do one of these for Sanctity of the Ore too, but I just kind of want to break down strength because we need to be consistent on this mechanic. Strength again. For the safe spot, looks like it's yellow. This one yet, or no, it's not yellow, it's blue. When you have a little bit more time. So there's the first tick of the quake you see go off. Here comes the spreads. Second tick. This one, this group has to move like on the 3rd tick, so you're pretty much forced to. Because if you try and move on the 3rd, did I say the 4th? The 3rd tick. If you try and move on the 4th, the cleave comes out at the exact same time, so you have to do like this weird movement where you step in, but you also rotate clockwise at the same time, which may be possible, but it's kind of sketchy. So I would try, if it's this variation, I would try and move in at the 3rd tick of the quake wave. Second. 3rd, so yep, we start moving in. Then 4th, and you see like it would be really sketchy if you tried to like dodge this quake and make your clockwise movement at the same time. Yeah, I think somebody died. I'm trying to do exactly that. So again, you see them skew to this half of the room. You see Thornton already jumped down on the far side, so this should hopefully help you guys with finding Thornton a little bit faster. Extract the tethers. And I think this is just a 3 stack. See Toaster, and I see a Loon's bodies. Oh, Kai's there. So this is a 4 stack. Yeah, the Haas didn't make it to this one in time, so that's unfortunate. I'm looking through for a few more examples just to find things that we can fix. Yeah. Already pretty high damage as a 5 stack, so if anybody's missing or late, it's pretty much a wipe at that point because you don't have people to soak the towers. Unless we waste our invulns. So this one, pretty regular quake. We'll break it down. First hit coming of the quake wave. There's one. I move back a little bit. This is just how I've been like. There's no reason to be up on here unless you're like super confident that you're what's your group struggling with? Sorry, I've got like I can't really see the chat bar in my OBS. I have to look at my other screen, so I didn't notice that you said that. We're struggling with the initial setup on Sanctity, which I'm gonna like address here in a little bit. And then we keep losing people to... We have a lot of people that die to Quake, or they're having issues with like random people hitting the 5 or dying in the 5 stack, and I'm trying to like sort it out. I'm looking, so there's the second. Move in, there's the 4th tick of the Quake. Clockwise. Be them skewed to this half so you know Thornton's on the other side, or else the tanks can't properly resolve their tether. Drag tethers. This one looks good. Yeah, this one we do properly, so... Go back and take a look and see the things that we did right and the good habits that we need to establish. So I already broke down the quick dodge. Let me slow it down. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see that you were lurking earlier. I've got like paint and stuff like on my screen so that I can actually draw on this if I need to. So the pre-position, the flare markers go out. You see Thornton again, scoot to the half. You have the people that are already pre-positioning themselves. Like I said, this is a perfect time for us to be pre-positioning while the tanks are dragging the tether. Then when the tanks get there, you just try to shimmy over and collapse. So you take the 5 stack without actually being in the tank buster. So get my ass beat, but people go take their towers and it resolves properly. There's another one where we got through it without having to waste our tank and bones. The Sanctity, which I'll look at in a minute. Fast forward, let's find more strength to look at. Okay. Tied to blue being too close. Oh, the flare marker killed them? Oh, okay. Another example of strength for us to look at. This is a pretty normal quake, so probably have to dodge after the second one. Or I can move back to the wall and dodge into the third wave. Either way, it doesn't matter with this setup. So death walls herself. I move back just to be safe. Lena gets the double from Zoe death walling themselves. I remember this pull now. So I move in at the second. There's the 3rd tick, 4th tick of the quake wave, so you need to have made your move by then. Fortunately, somebody gets hit trying to dodge right there, so go down, and this one's probably just gonna end up as a wipe. Yeah, I just wall here. So if you're ever unsure, just do like I've been doing. Like I've been pretty, I would say I've been pretty consistent on Quakes using the way that I've been approaching it. You can greet it or you can find it. Where did it go? So you see how I predict position, usual, Zoe death falls herself again. So if you're ever like shaky or unsure where that second quake wave is, if it's close to you, then you can just do like I do. I move back towards the healer a little bit once I know the snapshot for the lightning spreads go off. So I move back and I wait for the second or the third one. If you're ever unsure, you don't have to force it if you don't need to. So if you're ever unsure, just step back to the wall a little bit, step near the where the healer stands and take their spreads, wait for the quake to develop and then move in. As long as you keep in mind that he does his cleave from Ascalon on the 4th, it should be fine. Not in any rush to get through it as long as you beat that 4th wave. We wall because everything kind of just goes downhill from there. It's Quake again. It's purple. This one, you have a little bit more time. This one, if it's that far, you usually are forced to take it on the third wave. So you see the fourth wave, somebody is a little bit slow to make their dodge. I think it was on the opposite side. No. Look at it again. People are dying to the protein crit trip. The closer you are to Thornton, the less likely you get. Yeah, because it expands out from him and it's at his maximum width at the wall. So like the closer you get, the better your chances are of surviving. That's another reason not to wait for the fourth quake wave to make your move, is because if you're out all that far out, trying to dodge that far out, then yeah, that protein will be like the biggest it can possibly be. So, dodge in. Let me see what happens here. Zoe takes a she steps into the quake. Okay, she has the heavy and, or not the heavy, the stun and the damage down. So she must have stood in the quake already, so that's why Zoe dies. Then try and do this one. Is this one of the ones where you get like a pro res? No. Ends up being a death. I'm looking at strength. What happened here? I'm probably going to be dodging on the setback and I'll wait for the third wave on this one. The fourth wave, you have time if you like step back. You just have to be a little bit more consistent with your, or tight on your movement. Take the others. This one's probably pretty scuffed because the toaster died. Not sure what kills Kai here. You step into the tank buster? Oh, the tank buster, yeah. Kai steps into the tank buster because the positioning is a little bit off. Probably because of a death. Yeah, when you see the tanks getting blade danced on, I do believe that the entire time that they're hitting the tanks, it's a cleave, so you want to stay away from the tanks and just let them handle it. I know that there's probably been a couple times when the 5-sec has died to that too, people being too close to the tanks. That was probably on me. I'm still learning the positioning and timing to be out at the death wall, but I know there's probably some also people moving too close because they don't understand the mechanic as well. Yep, get this one. Already covered all the quake stuff, so I'm just gonna like move on to the 5-stack and the tower soaking at this point. See what happens here. Somebody was slow to the tower, it looks like. Take another look at it slower. This isn't me like calling you out, this is just me like trying to find things that we can fix, by the way, whenever I post this and you guys are watching this later down the line. There's just ways that we can improve and be more consistent on it. So at this point, the 5-stack, you see Holy Shield and the Dragons, see the Dragon's Rage go off, so that's the 5-stack plus the Tank Buster. So as soon as you see this point where they rush the tanks and put them down for the count, you are good to go out and start taking your towers. So you gotta, I think people are just a little bit slow. Maybe trying to avoid the tank, I guess. So it looks like this one right here goes off, that left tower, without having anybody soaking it. Yeah, it's that left tower. Okay. Yeah, just try and be a little bit quick. As soon as you see them rush the tanks down and that big hit go out, you're pretty much free to move as long as you don't step in front of the blade dance. I'm looking for more strength. Then I want to get into Sanctity for a little bit, because I'm still struggling, and I'm sure that melee analyzing it is going to help too. Here. Spread, dodge. I'm not going to go over the Quake dodges anymore. Make sure you're dodging by the 4th wave. See them skewed to this side, so I know Thornton's going to be behind me. There he is. Positioning in. 5 stack goes off, they take the towers. This looks like a good attempt. This is a good attempt. If you're scared of the death wall, okay, that's pretty minor, but I used to jump into the red to give my team more space. Yeah, I'm not invulning it though. I'm trying to save my I'm trying to save Living Dead for Soul Tether in phase 3. Because apparently Dark Knight is one of the few, or has the privilege of being able to live it with kitchen sink, but it's like super sketch and I don't have the ability to like be more loose with my mitigations and my oblations. This is Sanctity. I'll take a look at Sanctity in a second. I just want to look again at Strength as much as I can. See any consistencies. People. Dodge the quake. Step out to the wall. Fourth hit, fourth quake, you rotate in. See them skew, so I know Thornton's gonna be behind me. Here he is. He's dead though. That's a 3 stack. Yep. So if you play a little bit cautious, I would rather you play cautious with quakes right now, just so that we can actually properly progress and work on and be consistent on the tower mechanic. I think, hopefully I've given you some tips. Hopefully the way that I'm looking at it like translates and you're able to look at it the same way, but if not, then that's okay too. Like I've been saying in the Discord, I think Thornton EX, if you unsync it, the quake in there is very similar, if not the exact same. So if you want to like practice like messing around with it and then resetting and let him kill you or deathwall yourself in Thornton EX and then keep trying it. Give you away. Dodge in on the third one, rotate before the fourth. I'm skewed to this side, Thornton's behind me. Yep, there he is. Out to the wall. This is where I start. Yeah, I start to try to shift and sync. I think I die too. I die too. This is the part where I start not using Living Dead and I just kitchen sink and hit everything. The Dragon's Rage hits me for a lot. What do I die? Why do I... This is... I need to look at this again, because this is like one of the random ones, because the rest of the night when I was kitchen sinking the tether, it wasn't killing me. Am I too close to the 5 stack? These spot that I've usually been at. So I think I might just be too close to the 5 stack maybe, I'm not sure. I have everything, I have Oblation, all my CDs are up. Pop up. I'll do Sanctity in a second. We only have a couple more looks at Strength in here. Cast Quake, so again, step out to the wall, there's the second, you have to move in on the second. The Paladin here, so I know roughly where Thornton's going to be, directly across from me already. Yeah, I think that it's just me being too close to the 5 stack there, I guess. That's what killed me on the last attempt, because this one I kitchen sink and I make it. So this is a clean attempt. We did that one pretty well. Let me break down. You good habits. You see the pre-position there from the 3. They're already like set up. This is like proper positioning. Yeah, this one looks good. So, like I said earlier in the Discord too, like we are getting more consistent at it, but there are a lot of times when we needed to pop the hollowed ground invul and have the have Haas take the tower to make it to where we can actually proc past it. Be like 1 or 2 more, and then I'm gonna start talking about Sanctity, I guess. A quick little overview of Sanctity and like the things that we're looking at there. Sanctity. Sanctity. 53, so that has to be Sanctity. Let me find the strength on this one. There's the dodge. I'm not going over the dodge anymore. They're skewed to this side, so Thornton's behind me. There he is. Okay, so they pre-positioned. I've kitchen sinked. Things seem to be going alright. Okay, so, yeah, we started looking good at it. So I think that that's probably enough talking about strength. Alright, let me look through here for some of our sanctity.